reasonably close to actual kahit gawin natin yan sa 2023. It's almost 50 billion additional pension benefits to be paid. And more importantly, the fund life will be shortened by 7 years, the full 7 years. That's a very significant shortening of the fund life. Yung nadadagdag sa unfunded liability, it will provide the second tranche of the 1,000 peso pension increase. That's around 1.5 trillion pesos po. This is the actuarial aspect. We'd also like to put on record that yun pong tinutukoy na memorandum from then Executive Secretary Medialdea in early 2017 granting 1,000 peso pension increase. Wala pong binabanggit doon of a second tranche. Granted that during that time, yun ang clamor, 2,000 pesos. Pero yung memo po from the Executive Secretary from which we SSS complied, we granted that 1,000. 1,000 lang po ang binabanggit. And we also submit that whatever expectation there was of a second tranche is deemed superseded by the passage of the SSS Charter, the R8 11199, which provides that before any benefit or pension increase can be granted, it should be subject to actuarial evaluation to see if it's feasible. And as you can see from the screen that I'm showing you, unfortunately, hindi po talaga feasible. Masyadong malaki yung halagang kailangan na wala namang panggagalingan. At marami po yung mga future pensioners natin. Ito po yung mga kasalukuyang manggagawa ngayon na nagbabayad ng contribution religiously and expecting that when they retire, makakatanggap din sila ng pensyon. So in fairness to them, we cannot agree to a proposal, no matter how meritorious it is from the needs perspective of our members. Ang kailangan pong responsable tayo. We need to take care not just of our current pensioners, pero pati po yung mga future pensioners natin. Ito po yung sa House Joint Resolution asking for the release of the second tranche. Kung ito pa lang, nakikita nyo na kung gaano kalaki yung hit sa bottom line ng SSS Fund. Mas lalo na yung 2,000. Ito makikita nyo. An across the board 2,000 peso pension increase will shorten the fund life by 12 years. It will increase the unfunded liability by almost 3 trillion pesos. This is not meant to mislead the public kasi ang laki-laki. Hindi naman yan biglang sisingilin yan bukas. That will be needed over the course of the next 70, 80 years. But just the same, dadating at dadating po yan. So dadating yung punto na kailangan tayo ng infusion from the national government. And although there is a sovereign guarantee, we do not want to do that. We want to be fiscally responsible also and try to manage the funds. So talagang we give what we can. And yun po, sinasabi namin sa inyo, frankly, na itong proposal for the pension increase, napakabigat po nito. Kasi yung pension benefits po account for around 90% of our total benefits. Yung mga unemployment, sickness, maternity, 10% lang po yun. So napakalaking bagay po ito. Kaya dapat pag-isipan natin ng mabuti bago tayo mag-desisyon. Dahil maraming mga miyembro po ng SSS na hinaharap yung mawawalan. Ito po, by way of recall, as previously mentioned, in 2017, by way of President Duterte, by way of a memorandum from the Executive Secretary, ordered 1,000 peso across the board increase. Nung time po na yon, it was without funding. Kaya as a result, the fund life was shortened. Dati po ang fund life natin in 2017, 2042, naging 2032 na lang. That is a very significant shortening of the fund life. And yung unfunded liability tumaas by 1.27 trillion. It is really the impetus, itong 1,000 peso increase, which I admit, alam ko po, it's very popular. Sino ba naman ang hindi matutuwang pensionado na dagdagan yung pension nila by 1,000 pesos? But it came at the expense of the fund viability of SSS. So ito po, sa screen na to, pinapakita ko nung time na yun, nung panahon po ito, yung 2017 pension increase did not come with funding. Thankfully, under the new charter, we are authorized to gradually increase the contribution rates as well as the covered salaries, yung tinatawag pong maximum salary credits. But yun pong increase na yun, yung paunti-unting increase sa contribution hikes, that is meant to cover yung 1,000 peso pension increase in 2017. Iko-cover din doon yung unemployment benefits na nasa bagong batas, nasa RA 11199, pero walang express funding. At ang isa pa pong bagong batas noong 2019 na walang funding, yung expanded maternity leaves. So, doon po sa mga nagko-comment din na ibang sektor na nagtatanong, ba't hindi nyo ibigay yung hinihingi naming second tranche? Total, nagtataas naman kayo ng singil. Makikita nyo po na baligtad po ang nangyari. Nauna yung dagdag na benepisyo. Ito po yung 1,000 peso pension increase in January. Ito po yung pagdagdag ng panibagong benepisyo, yung unemployment under the new charter. Ito po yung pagpapahaba sa maternity leave benefits. So naano po yung benepisyo, yung pagtaas ng benepisyo. Hindi yung source ng funding humahabol pa at hindi pa nga po tapos. Meron pang contribution hike sa 2023 at sa 2025. Ngayon, gusto ko rin po sanang ipaliwanag kung bakit po ba ang laki-laki ng unfunded liability. Dahil may iba pang nagbibintang dahil daw yan sa mismanagement ng SSS. Hindi po totoo yan. The vast majority of social insurance schemes in the world have an huge unfunded liability. Ang primary reason po niyan ay yung tinatawag na demographic shift. In brief, bumababa po ang fertility rate ng mga tao, ng mga Pilipino. Mas konti ng mag-anak ang mga kababayan natin. At the same time, because of advances in medicine, humahaba po ang buhay. Kapag humahaba ang buhay, ibig sabihin nun, mas mahaba silang tatanggap ng retirement pensions nila. Ang epekto po niyan, double whammy po yan eh. Ang epekto po niyan, yung ratio ng mga nagtatrabaho, kasi yung mga nagtatrabaho sila yung nagko-contribute sa SSS fund. Doon sa mga pensyonado, yung mga binabayaran natin ng pensyon, ay lumiliit. Noong 1980, on average, there are about 9 workers contributing to SSS for every pensioner that we are paying benefits to. Ngayong mga 2020, yung dating 9-to-1 ratio, 6-to-1 na lang. Sabihin sa bawat pensionado, 6 na manggagawa na lang ang sumusuporta. And the trend is expected to continue. In less than 30 years time, it will be down to only 3 workers for every pensioner. Yan po ang dahilan kung bakit, ibabalik ko yung una kong slide, kung bakit napakalaki ng halaga ng total benefits that we expect to pay in relation to the contributions that we expect to receive. Ito po palang slide na pinapakita ko. Nakikita nyo din yan yung epekto noong dito sa orange ball. Ito po yung benefits. Yung parang isang slice ng pizza. Yan yung naging epekto nung plus 1,000 noong 2017. So, kasi napakalaki niyan. At ito namang sa kaliwa, yung bola, yung maliit na slice na green. Ito po yung magiging epekto kung maipatupad namin yung scheduled contribution hikes under the new charter. Siguro po, dyan muna po ako hinto. Just to summarize, again, hindi po kami tumatanggi o nagdi-disagree na doon sa kagustuhan o hiling ng mga miyembro ng SSS na sana tumaas ang pension nila o mga unemployment benefits sa mga nawalan ng trabaho. But unfortunately, nakikita niyo po sa mga pinakita ko, wala pong sapat na pondo and wala rin naman pong pinanukala doon sa mga panukala, wala rin namang sinasabing mga pagkukunan ng pondo. At siguro po yung second important message na binanggit ko rin kanina, sana po maintindihan ng mga representante dito at sa mga kababayan natin na ang Social Security ay hindi dapat asahan bilang nag-iisang panggagalingan ng pondong kakailangan ninyo pag kayo ay nagretiro. Dapat po multi-prong yan. May yung tinatawag na three-legged stool of retirement income.
Attorney.
Yan po.
Okay, so well taken, Attorney Cruz. To have order in this committee hearing, naitakil na rin Attorney Cruz yung ating second agenda. Yung ating second agenda, yung ating across the board increase in SSS monthly, yung 1,000. Ang ating tinatakil lang ngayon pa lang, yung ating agenda 1, yung amending the section 14B of the Social Security, yung ating apat na bill na propose. So I would like to ask Attorney Cruz, on your presentation, are you supporting this on the part of the SSS or not?
Hindi po, we are not supporting the bills for reasons previously cited na hindi po kaya ng pondo. It would have a adverse effect on our future pensioners and future members po.
Okay, kasi pinag-usapan lang natin dito yung amendment dun sa ating section 14D ng ating SSS Act, hindi naman buong base ng lahat ng pensioner. Part lang ito, yun lang yung mga involuntary separation. So it is not, it's a fraction of all pensioner. Doon ba sa presentation mo, malaki ba yung madadagdag na additional pension sa proposed bill? Kasi hindi ito lahat ng ating pensioner. It's just part of the pensioner.
Mr. Chair, tama po. Compared to yung sa pension increase, yung panukala to increase yung unemployment benefits, yung impact is not as big. Pero malaki pa rin po. We're still talking of a couple of billions.
Okay.
It's a matter of siguro by analogy, kung may utang kang 1 million, will a loan of 10,000 make an impact? Hindi naman po. But as a matter of good practice, kung malaki na yung utang po, maybe it's not a good idea na umutang pa kahit gaano kaliit kung walang makukuha ng bayad po.
Kasi katulad sinabi mo kanina, Attorney Cruz, yung 2 months na ibibigay natin nung ating dito sa ating existing policy natin, hindi sapat para makahanap ng trabaho lalo na itong inabot natin ng pandemic. Kaya meron tayong proposed bill na madagdagan siya. Tingin mo ba, Attorney Cruz, our budget would not suffice on this additional compensation o pension para sa mga unemployment natin?
Opo, I mean, yes po, we are in agreement. Yung 2 months na benepisyo, and kung tutusin nga po, tama po, malit kasi hindi pa ano po yun, hindi pa 100% ng salary credit nila. It's just
50%.
If you or the other members say that it's a pittance, I will not disagree po. Maliit po talaga siya. But to us po, it's a start. As we said, it's really a problem of poverty po talagang ganun lang yung binibigay nila. And what I'm trying to say is, yung binibigay naming benepisyo na unemployment, wala pong pinanggalingan yun Idinagdag lang sa charter. And hindi pa namin quote-unquote nababawi dahil hindi pa namin fully na-implement yung contribution hikes. So kung dadagdagan pa natin yun, it will simply add to the huge unfunded liability of the system. It's really a policy call. I'm just po here as a resource person advising na it's not good actuarial practice to provide benefit enhancements kung walang source of additional funding.